Hi, I'm Sarah from Soar with Sarah Yoga, and I am here to take you through a yoga flow. This flow will focus on opening our hips, where we often hold emotion and stress from our past or worrying about our future. So let's begin. We will start this practice in a seated meditation. So you can grab some pillows or blocks and bring them underneath your bottom and see if you can find a comfortable seated position, easy pose. And then let your hands rest on your knees, or you can bring them to your heart. Close your eyes and let your body get heavy for a moment. We'll take a couple of cleansing breaths to help soften our muscles. Take a big breath in. Let it go through your mouth. And then do that again. Breathe in. Let it go through your mouth. Feel how your shoulders start to sink as you do that. And then stay in that softness. Close your eyes. Just take a few moments here to bring everything back towards center, towards you, towards calm. Bring your awareness to the pull of gravity underneath you. Eyes closed. And see if you can just feel for a moment where that connection is, where your legs and your sits bones connect with your mat and the blocker pillow. Can you sink into that sensation a little bit more? And just for a few moments, just be here in stillness. Know that you are right where you need to be. Open your arms. Open your eyes. And we'll take some sweeping breaths here. Arms sweep up. Breathe and reach up. And then let your arms softly float back down. Do that again. Sink your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let them sink down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Let them soften down as you exhale. Take a little twist here. Bring your right hand to your left knee and twist your heart towards the left. Take a breath. Your left hand can come to the small of your back to deepen the twist. And turn on that deep breath, Ujjayi breath. Breathe and reach high. And twist the other way. Left hand to your right knee. Right hand can come to the small of your back. And just a gentle twist here before we begin. And then back through center, hands towards your heart. Thumbs pressing into your sternum bone. And again, close your eyes. And we'll start with an Om together. Fill up your lungs. Om. Deep cleansing breath. And then remove your block or your pillow and move it out of the way for a moment. And then bring yourself to a tabletop pose. Fingers spread really wide. Tuck your toe prints into the mat and bring your knees hips distance apart. We'll start with a little bit of a core finder. So press into your toes, your toe prints, and see if you can lift your knees just an inch. And then breathe deeply here. So just hovering your knees, finding that core. Hug your belly button in. Take another breath. Stay. Press into your hands. Take one more. Knees come down and just take some hip circles. Just start to wake up your spine. Maybe roll your head around. And we'll do that one more time, just starting to find that Uddiyana Bandha, that core. So when we lift up, we really want to pull our belly button in towards our spine and create a bandha, a lock there. So fingers really wide. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, and then lift your knees to breathe. Stay. Think about really pressing with your palms. Breathe. You can play with lifting one leg up and lifting the other leg. Heel kicks towards the sky. Do that one more time on each side. Take another breath. And then push yourself into your down dog. Press into your hands and drive your pelvis towards the sky. Deep breath here. Let your head hang. Bend your knees generously. And press your hands to help lengthen through your spine in your down dog. Inhale to lift your heels. Bend your knees, step to the top. Halfway lift, fill your lungs. Fold and soften. Reach all the way up to the sky. Grow tall, breathe and reach up. Fold through center, soften. Halfway lift, fill. And take a forward fold here. So find your elbows or even let your arms just come to the mat and sway your whole torso side to side. Deep breath here. Let your head soften and hang for a moment. And then take it all the way up to the sky. Breathe and grow tall. Fold through center, soften. Halfway lift, fill your lungs. We'll head for our first high plank. So step your feet back. Find those toe prints. Spread your fingers really wide. Wrists are shoulder width apart, so stacked right underneath your shoulders. And then shift your weight forward. You can always have an option to drop your knees and lower down to a hover. Press back into your hands as you untuck your toes. Find your up dog and then arrange your toes to kiss here. Big toes kissing. Press into your hands. Push your heart through your biceps. Take a beautiful breath in. Maybe take in some of that sunshine and press all the way back. Deep Ujjayi breath will help guide us through this flow. Lift your right heel up to the sky. And start right away to open, bend, and stack. Here, you can possibly even feel this stretch through your right oblique. And you can take some knee circles while you're up there. And then bring that foot all the way forward for warrior one on your right side. So come high on your warrior one. Sink deep into that front leg. Back foot slightly angled up. Front toes at 12 o'clock. Breathe in to reach up. And then come back down to your mat. Hands come down, foot steps back. Shift your weight forward before you lower. Elbows in by your ribs. Untuck your toes, press your feet into the mat, lift your heart, breathe in. And then push into your hands as you pull your pelvis back for down dog. And then pedal out your dog. Bend alternating knees. Deep Ujjayi breath. And then lift your left heel up to the sky. Open and bend to stack your left pelvis over top of your right pelvis. And take some circles here with your knee. Swap direction. And bring that left foot all the way forward to find warrior one on your left side. And grow tall, breathe in. Sink your pelvis really low as your front knee. Front foot is at 12 o'clock, back foot slightly angled up. And then grow tall from here. And flow back down to your mat on an exhale. Feet step back and always drop your knees. Lower. Fill up dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Down dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And breathe. Shake out your head. And then inhale to lift your heels. Bend your knees. Look. Step or hop to the top. Halfway lift, fill. Straighten your spine here. Fold forward, soften your spine, soften your knees. Reach all the way up to the sky. Grow tall, breathe in. And then find your Utkatasana, your chair pose, intense pose here. Couple of deep breaths. Sink your bum down. And we'll play here for a moment. Lift your right heel up. Yeah, some strengthening through that left leg. Lift your right toes up. Take another breath. Place it back down, forward fold. Feet or hips distance apart. And again, let your torso sway side to side. Let it soften. Reach all the way up to the sky. Extend your mountain as you inhale. Breathe and grow. Utkatasana. Have a seat in your chair. And play with your other side. Balance challenge. Lift your left heel up. Sink your bum down deep. And pull your left toes up. Arms can be at namaste or reach them up. Take one more breath. Fold forward. Soften that out. Deep breath here. And then we reach all the way up to the sky. Grow tall. Breathe and reach. Fold through center. Soften down. Halfway lift. Fill up. Chaturanga Dandasana is high to low. Shift your weight forward before you lower to a hover. Elbows in by your ribs and then fill up. Go back for down dog. Pedal out this dog. And we'll head back for the right side warrior one. Right foot comes forward. Inhale will lift you up. And go right back down to your mat. We're just warming up our bodies here. Come down to your mat to a hover. Fill up for up dog. And in your up dog, you can always drop your knees or fire up your legs. Head to down dog. Go to the left side warrior one. Left foot comes forward. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale will bring you back down. Fingers spread really wide. Shift forward, lower. Fill up. Go back. A deep breath here. And pedal out your dog. And we'll head into a little bit of a hip opener as well as a hamstring opener. So inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, step or hop. And reach all the way up to the sky. Breathe and grow tall. And then have a seat in that chair pose, Utkatasana. And again, lift your right foot up. This time, see if you can create a figure four shape. And place that right ankle on top of that left thigh. Pull your right toes back. Again, you can reach your arms up. And we're going to slowly descend towards the ground. So start with unraveling that right leg and kick it behind you for a moment. Find warrior three. Create a capital T shape. Right toes face the earth. Right heel lifted. Fire it up. Find that right glute and turn this into a standing split. So when you're standing split, you're stretching your heel towards the sky. Hands can stay on the mat, the ground. You can also play with your balance here. And the trick comes from firing up that right glute, as well as using your drishti gaze. So pick a spot just in front of your toe. Focus there. And then see if you can ignite that right leg up so you can lift it. Breathe. Bring it back to the earth. Release. Reach all the way up to the sky. The blood will flow. Breathe it. Fold forward, soften. Do that again. Breathe and grow tall. Fold forward, soften. Halfway lift. Flow to your mat. Go high to low. Fill up. Head back for your down dog. Head to the left side, warrior one. Left foot forward. Inhale will lift you up. Breathe in. Exhale brings you back down to your mat. Shift forward, lower. Fill up your lungs. Head back for down dog. And then go to the right side one more time. Breathe and reach. Exhale, lower. Lower down, hover. Fill up. Go back to down dog. You can also take a skipperunga, which means you just meet us in down dog and bypass the up dog, low plank. Inhale to lift your heels. Bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Fold. Reach all the way up to the sky. Breathe and grow tall. Sit in your chair here and then lift your left foot up and bring your left foot on top of your right thigh. Pull your left toes back and sink here. See if you can feel a little bit of a stretch in that left hip. Arms can go up and then expand to find your warrior three. So lift that left foot, start to kick it behind you. Reach your arms out in front of you, capital letter T. Deep breath here. Toes, left toes are facing the earth. Breathe. And then pivot yourself to find the earth. So kick that left heel up. Hands can come to the mat or block. And breathe. Again, you're welcome to play with balance here. And that lift comes from that left heel. Your balance comes from your drishti and your breath. So breathe deeply and audibly. A bit of give in that right knee will help. Another breath. And bring that foot back to the earth. Grow tall. Breathe and reach up. Forward fold. Soften over your thighs. Halfway lift to fill. And flow again to your mat or skipperunga. You choose. Fill up. Head back for down dog. Deep breath here. Ujjayi. We'll start to head into a little bit of lengthening. Let's head to our right side, warrior one. So right foot comes all the way forward. And turn this into crescent lunge just by lifting those back toes. Breathe in, reach tall. And then let that back knee soften down to your mat and untuck your back toes here. You'll feel a stretch through your left hip. Let your hips sink closer to the earth. A couple of deep breaths here. Soften. And we'll start to open up through our hips here. So bring your hands to the inside of your right leg. Pivot your right leg open for a lizard pose. So right toes pull up towards your knee. You can even take a moment and expand through your chest here. Left hand goes down, stretch up. And then start to sink towards the mat. This is when a block can become really helpful. Place it in between your feet and place on the inside of your right foot and then soften here. Start to really deepen that stretch. And then close your eyes. I often like to use my thumbs in between my eyebrows to let my head rest. A couple of deep breaths. Think about just softening through your shoulders, your face, your jaw. And then shift your weight back for a moment. Turn this into a little hamstring stretch. So shift your weight so that your pelvis is stacked over top of your left knee. Right toes pulled up. A couple of deep breaths here. We can even turn this into an active stretch. Shift forward, breathe in. So weight comes into that right foot. Exhale, shift back. Right toes lift up. Half splits. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift your weight back. One more time, inhale forward. Exhale, shift back. Walk your right foot across your body and find half pigeon pose here. So have your shin in the direction of parallel to the top of your mat. Again, you can grab your pillow or a block and bring yourself all the way down so you can feel that deep hip opener here. A couple of deep breaths. And pull your right toes back towards your knee. And to deepen this stretch, you can anchor through your left hand and find your left foot with your right hand. And bind. King pigeon. Deep breath. Take one more. And then we'll unravel and head to the other side. So push into your hand, lift your foot up and place it back behind you. A couple of breaths here. And paddle out your dog and shake out your head. And then we'll head left side, warrior one. Left foot comes all the way forward. Roots through your back foot. Lift yourself up. Breathe in. Pivot to find crescent lunge. So back heel's lifted and drop your knee all the way down. And then set yourself up for a little bit of a quad stretch and a hip stretch through your right side. Deep breath here. And then open up for lizard pose on your left side. I like to walk my left foot out almost to the edge of my mat and pull your left toes up. You can also bring your right hand in front of you and pivot your heart towards your left. Take a breath here. Alternatively, you can also bind this. Grab your right foot with your left hand. Breathe. And then pivot your weight back for a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Left toes come up. You might have to shimmy your right knee back a bit. And just to keep your knee stacked underneath your pelvis. Deep breath. And see where you can soften neck, jaw, eyebrows. And we'll turn this into an active stretch. So shift forward, inhale. Exhale, shift back. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, go back. Shift forward, breathe in. Exhale, go back. Walk your foot all the way across your mat and find half pigeon on your left side. Grab your block or your pillow to come down and soften on top of it. And see where you can melt. Check in that your hips are parallel to the earth. So as opposed to letting your weight fall to the side, keep your weight forward and soften down here. A few deep breaths. Take one more. Soften somewhere new. Wiggle your eyebrows or your tongue. Let it relax. And then pivot your right leg out in front of you. Right toes face the sky. Breathe and grow tall. Hinge forward. Soften. Keep a bit of give in that right knee. And lead with your heart as opposed to reaching for a destination with your hands. Your hands may come to your thighs or the earth. See if you can focus instead on creating a stretch through the back side of that right leg. And check in again that your right heel, right ankle is in line with your hip socket. Breathe. And take one more. Soften, sink, melt. And we'll start to open this up through our heart and our hips. So bring your left hand behind you, left middle finger pointing away, and then you're going to drive your pelvis forward. Left foot will realign so your left shin is at a 90 degree to your mat. Breathe in, stretch, open through your heart, maybe drop your head back. Press into your hand and then unravel back down. And we'll swap sides. Left side, single seated forward fold. Breathe and grow tall. Hinge forward, soften, give a little give in that knee, and pull your left toes up. And take some deep breaths here. And let your head just soften where it is. You can pull your elbows back, so you're leading with your heart. Heart is facing towards your kneecap, so readjust your pelvis. Deep breath. Take one more. Soften, melt. And then we'll open up here and bring your right hand behind you. Place it so your middle finger is pointing at 12 o'clock and it's right underneath your shoulder head. And then lift with your pelvis. adjust your right leg underneath you so it's at a 90 degree. Left foot is firmly planted on the mat. Maybe pivot so your heart shines up. Take a breath here. And then come all the way back to a seated position. We will take double pigeon. So have a seated position on your mat. Take whatever foot is on the bottom, place it on top. Pull your toes back. Looks like I'm chasing the sunshine today. What are you chasing today? Pull all your toes back. And take some deep breaths. Sit up nice and tall and then slightly hinge your heart forward. Breathe. And if that's intense for you, you can also bring your bottom foot flat and work from this angle. Key points are to pull all 10 toes back. And lead with your heart. You can also lean back in this double pigeon. And let that top foot fall beside you. We'll turn into a little twist. Hug your knee and your shin in as you twist over top of your top thigh. And then unravel. Give your hips some love. Windshield wiper side to side. And we'll go the other way. Opposite leg goes on top. Pull all 10 toes back. Sit up nice and tall. And look to see if you can get your shins parallel or in that direction at least. Stack them. Sit up tall. Breathe deeply. Maybe close your eyes. Soften through your shoulders, your jaw. Let everything melt. You can bring your arms to your top leg. They can come behind you. Or they can just rest on the earth. Deep breath. And turn this into a twist. Plant that foot beside you. Hug that shin in. Twist open. And take one more breath. Unravel here. Give your legs a little wiggle out. And we'll set up for a Shavasana. Bring yourself all the way down. Grab your block on the way and take waterfall to help restore and flow all the blood back towards our torso. You can add your arms in as well. This is bear pose. We're on our way to Shavasana. Quick stop at waterfall. Breathe. Close your eyes and go back to going inward. Feel your body on the mat. Where's that connective seam? Can you now feel gravity start to pull the blood back to your torso? Let your shoulders get heavy, but hands spread, facing up. Take another breath. And come all the way back down. Remove your block. Maybe give yourself a hug. Kiss 1, 2 of gratitude. And then find your final Shavasana. So come down, spread your ankles wide, palms face up, and let your body soften here. Let your breath return to normal. And see if you can get still. Like so still in your body that trickles to your mind. As thoughts come in, can you let them go? Stay in your Shavasana. Shavasana is known as one of the most difficult poses as all, and it translates to corpse pose. You can stay in your stillness in your Shavasana as long as you wish. Just practicing being present, feeling that connection with gravity, the earth, maybe listening to the sounds around you. So happy you joined me, yogis. I'm in northern Quebec enjoying the beautiful sun and birch trees and birds. I hope you are in an equally awesome place. Namaste. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this. And I hope you have an awesome day with whatever awesomeness you end up doing. Bye, yogis.